mahalo to all of my dedicated directors and the various departments for being so efficient in getting this county ready for this extraordinary times. As I said earlier today, we are working very diligently to work on the changeover at 12:01 a.m. tonight. All the orders that are similar, Maui County is more restrictive with gatherings and outside of the homes than Governor Iggy, that allows less than 10 people. In other words, whatever rules are out there, I want them to understand, if the state is stricter than ours, we will abide by the state's. If ours is stricter than the state, then the rules for Maui County will be applicable. In other words, priority is for safety and well-being, and whichever rule is stricter, it is the rule that is in effect for Maui County. The purpose of people staying home means staying home. The people who can and should work from home, please work from home. Let us reduce any opportunities of this spread of this deadly disease. I know we can. Our numbers for the state of Hawaii stand at 90. 90. And for Maui, we're still at 9. And of that 9, 8 are residents. Okay? So the others that I understand the state is taking off the list is those who have returned home and no longer here in Hawaii. I'm not sure how the state makes their count. I know at one point we were at 12, and if we do the math, 12, 4 were visitors, 8 were residents. So again, the numbers vary, but I will say the numbers are continuously growing, and Maui County is the second largest. We're blessed that Molokai and Lanai are pretty much closed, and I want to thank Mr. Ellison for his ability to shut down Lanai and to make sure that all the employees from the hotels and any other business that are run by him and his hulama are being paid through May 1st. We are really gratified that he can do that. For Molokai, they have reported no cases, and pretty much Molokai will be shut down. There won't be anything but essential flights coming in and cargo that will be brought in on a regular basis by Young Brothers. So at this time, I'll open up the floor for some questions, then I will close with my closing remarks. So I guess Wendy Osha. Wendy, you are the first one.
Hi.
Your question, please.
Thank you, Mayor. I was just wondering if you're able to share what facility that employee who tested positive at Maui Health worked at.
I know what it is, but it is confidential by HIPAA rules and other confidentiality rules. I cannot tell you which one, but they have the business has been informed, and they're taking all the necessary steps to sanitize, clean, and disinfect their operation. Next question.
Thank you very much, Wendy. Next we'll have Steve from Maui 24/7. Steve, do you have a question?
Yes, this is for Mayor Victorino. Hello, Mayor.
Aloha.
When the Maui Police Department moves from education of the public health emergency rules to enforcement via warning, reprimand, and eventually arrest, will essential workers traveling to and from work be required to present any type of special identification to officers, whether in the form of a letter from employer or employee ID?
At this time, we are working on a program for identification purposes for these various workers in various operations throughout the county. Where it is our hope, and we've been very blessed to this point, most of our residents have complied with very little resistance. And I believe that most of the good people understand what needs to be done. But we are working on a program to put some kind of identification process in place should there be a problem in the future. Next one is Brenton from KITV. Brenton, are you there? Did we lose Brenton? Brenton, are you there?
Move on.
Let's move on. Let's go to Paul at Maui Alert.
Thank you, Mayor. And Mayor, my question is, you said you're going to review this order in on April 30th, I believe, was the date. What will the criteria be, and how might you modify the order at that point?
Depending on the circumstances, this order will be reviewed not only by us, but by the entire state, all four mayors and the governor. Again, this is very fluid. If we see good results, we will see what we can do to keep it in place or maybe lessen it. If the results or the cases continue to increase, we may even get stricter. So we gave ourselves a period of time for certainty on the public's part. As you well have heard, the schools are closed through April 30th also. So we're all kind of working on a concurrent date, so that it makes it easier for all the counties and all the businesses and government agencies to kind of concurrently come to resolve and put restrictions stricter or reducing the restrictions when and if possible. Next question is from Colleen from Maui News.
Hi, Mayor. I understand you're going to ask the council to require anyone who is coming back to Hawaii to quarantine themselves at a hotel instead of their own home so they don't infect their own families. Can you explain how this will work, how it will be enforced, and what about the risk to hotel employees?
There is a possibility, we're working on it right now, for a hotel to give us a large area, a separate quadrant, so that these people could be quarantined in place for basic services will still be provided, like room and for meals and other issues. We have a program that we're putting together, and it hasn't been finalized, but they would have the basic services and be quarantined in the room for 14 days. You know, basic cable and others, entertainment would be provided. Hotel workers that are part of that, and we're hoping that we have also some of our professionals to help monitor, you know, the Department of Health, because they're the ones that are really the health experts in that area, and maybe even some of the medical staff to be checking them, like for temperatures and for other challenges that may exist. But at this point, we haven't finalized all the details. I haven't even finalized having the facility available to us, although I've been pretty much assured by the group that this facility will be made to us as of the 14th. But how we implement it, and you know, there's still some issues to be worked on, but we are looking where I believe if we quarantine from the moment they get off the plane for 14 days, that will reduce any opportunity for the COVID-19 virus spreading here in Maui County. We go back to Wendy.
Yeah, and for our media members on the line, for time constraints, we'll go one more round through, starting again with Wendy Osher. And if you could just speak loudly into your mic and stay muted if it's not your turn to be called upon. So Wendy with Pacific Media Group.
Yes, there's been some concern expressed by people in the public about VRBO and Airbnb properties not passing along your message regarding the stay-at-home order. Do you have any way of getting in touch with them and making sure that everybody relays the message to potential visitors?
I apologize, Mayor. Some of our listeners on Akaku are having a hard time hearing the questions. But specific, Wendy, it's about notification to VRBO properties and how that will be implemented. Is that the question?
Passing along the mayor's message regarding stay-at-home orders.
Yeah, and passing along the message of the stay-at-home orders to VRBO properties.
I think we've tried, and we are continuing to use various methods such as social media and other methods to make sure communication to visitors that are coming in, that they're notified. No matter what you do, somebody will say they didn't get the notice. But we're doing everything possible to make sure that these various vacation rentals, short-term vacation rentals, as well as all the properties who have been very, very cooperative, get them to make sure that they're notifying all of their incoming visitors, and to let them know that really, technically, Maui's closed and we'd rather you not be here. But if you're gonna come, you're going from the airport straight to your vacation rental, stay there for 14 days or whatever days you are here, and get back and right back on the plane and go home. There are not going to be excursions, and a lot of these issues we're going to try to minimize the best we can. Next one is Steve from 24/7. Steve.
No further questions, Mayor.
Thank you. Brenton Awana from KITV. Are you on now? Brenton, are you on? Okay, moving on to Paul in Maui Alert. Paul.
Thanks again, Mayor. My question is, what sort of precautions have been taken / what sort of notifications have been given to community housing places such as hostels and things along those lines?
Go ahead.
Thank you. The question is centered on what types of notifications or notices have been provided to hostels or other sort of accommodations such as that.
Again, using basic websites that they have on online. We have followed through again through social media. We are now in the process of trying to make sure that the state and us are be notifying them of this shutdown or these new rules that are in place starting at 12:01 midnight tonight. And so I believe most people have gotten the information. However, like I said before, there'll always be somebody that didn't get it, and we are trying our best to make sure everyone is informed as accurately and as efficiently as possible. I guess the next one would be.
I'm sorry, what I'm trying to figure out there is whether they have been notified that they can continue to operate. It just seems like a breeding ground potentially to have.
They've been notified to
breeding
close.
right next to each other.
Paul, they've been notified to close.
Okay.
Thank you. Colleen from Maui News, please.
Okay, Mayor, can you outline how many essential county workers are still coming to work? How many are staying home without work? And whether they're still getting paid?
I cannot answer that question because it goes from business to business. The question was how many essential, how many non-essential, and how many are being paid. At this point, the departments.
Specifically for the county.
Well, you said for everybody. That's the way I took the question, so I'm going to answer it that way first. That throughout this county, many businesses have to decide what is essential and non-essential, and I do not have a count for that. As far as the county workers are concerned, we are trying to keep business as usual. We are having people work from home. There are very few people who cannot work from home. Many of those who cannot work from home are still coming in and having skeleton crews working on what you call flex schedules, and as well as separation schedules, which run differently. And so maybe one day you're here on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and the other one might be a Thursday or Tuesday, Thursday. Sometimes they'll be coming in on Saturdays for essential services. So we're working on, and I left it up to the departments, how to set up their schedules to keep our people working, because the services that they provide still are very important. Any more questions? Anyhow, ladies and...
No, we don't have no specific numbers right now. So.
No, I do not have exact numbers because it's a very fluent policy, and right now there are people that have other issues, and I'm trying to work, or at least our department heads and supervisors are working directly with the individuals, so I don't have an exact number. I wanted to say, first of all, thank you to the media that has been present this afternoon. I am proud again of what we are doing here in Maui County. We're ahead of the curve. We are working hard. And I remember when I first took action 2 weeks ago by closing down county facilities, parks, and other services, I was criticized by saying, why? Why are you doing that? Well, today, 2 weeks later, or almost 2 weeks later, we're finding out the reasons why. It's come very quickly, and it's come very profoundly throughout the nation, throughout the state, and throughout this county. I want to thank you all for the sacrifices that you will be making during the next whatever period of time. Let's say the next 45 days, and hopefully not much longer thereafter. I want to make sure that you remember it is our ohana that we protect, that you and I are responsible for our Ohana. I have had many sleepless nights knowing that I ruin lives in decisions I make. But these decisions had to be made, and I'm not afraid to make them. But it hurts my heart. You can ask my wife, she's sitting right here. I don't sleep much because I know every decision I make hurts or impacts a family or families here in Maui County. I want you all to know that stay home, work from home is really important. The more we keep off the streets, the more we keep people separated, socially separated, is really, really important. Distance socializing is so very important. I pray that we all work together as a Ohana. Together we will work as a family. It is our kuleana. This is our home. We're not going to have help from the outside, not initially, and we can handle much of the challenges that we're facing. This is our beloved home, and I know all of you will work hard together with your Ohana, with your friends, to make sure Maui stays safe. We face these kinds of challenges, this one being unprecedented before, and together we have overcome. And we will use this crisis to unite this county, unite this community like it has never been before. Maui strong. I truly believe it. It is in my heart. I love this community, and I do everything to make sure things are right. I hurt, but I love, I laugh, and I cry. To all of you, I say God bless, mahalo, and aloha.